Bonnie Jacobs and I were doing a lot of programs through grants, and we were working for very little money. And finally we looked at each other and said, why don't we start our own school? You know, 11 years ago when we decided to open the school, I felt like I'd been preparing all my life. Okay, do you see that? Because this has a lot of really great qualities to it. We have a building in the town of Berryville where we have 2 large studio classrooms. And we run that program from September through June. And then in June we start our summer program. Woohoo! Okay.
Opus Oaks comes from these oak trees right outside our place. And Gale came up with the idea, I think, of the name, the Opus Oaks, and it just seemed to work with our place here. We think of this as an art place. We had Opus Oaks, an art center. It was I made sure it was not the place, but an art place. Because there are lots of art places. This is simply one of them.
When children walk into a studio environment and there's all this artwork around, that grabs them right away. And they know that we're serious about art. And so it transforms children. And here at the farm, when they come for summer camp, they look around and there's murals on the buildings and there's dragons hanging from the trees and giant horses painted. They realize that this is a magical place. And so first of all, you want to get the environment going, and then it's very important, the teachers that we hire, that they're engaged in having children explore and being successful and not wrong.
That's great. Great detail.
And our classes are built on projects. So it's not like some little craft thing that they're going to do one time. They're going to work on it this week, they're going to work on it next week, and they're going to work on it each week so that they can see that art is a process and enjoy the process. It's not always about a product.
I used to teach high school art years ago when I was in Baltimore, and I began to see that in a structured classroom like a high school or elementary school, the kids are sort of, because of the circumstances, 30 kids in the class, they're kind of forced into these little routines that just don't allow them to really expand. I think Gale uses the term getting outside the box, working outside the box.
So it's all about inside a kid's imagination, just really letting them go and working larger than themselves. I mean, these kids who worked on this dragon, and that's one of our things, we have to do something larger than themselves. It was amazing because the kids, once they started hammering and we were cutting the scales and they were hammering this copper, you couldn't take it away from them, so that they can participate in something bigger than they've done before in their life. And they'll always remember it.
Yeah, don't touch it.
Yeah, it's not very good if you touch it.
And I think it really it provides a rich soil for these kids to really grow creatively.
Art comes from your soul, and it comes from your own identity, and so each child's expression is vital and important. And so it's making art meaningful for our students, and using it as an avenue of communication, which art is, and showing people the artistic lifestyle. Art expression brings solace into our communities. It brings people together. It brings a joy in our communities. And that's part of our mission, is to be about that.